Okay, seventh grade. So for the second part of this project, the part that you will be using paint for, you are going to be selecting your favorite color from these 12, okay, whatever it might be. I think in this case, I'm going to choose red, okay? And what you want to do is figure out what two other colors go with red to make analogous colors. In other words, rows of three. So you have red here, you could go red, red, orange, and orange. Those are your three colors. Or red, red, orange, and red, violet. Those would be three colors that would work. Or red, red, violet, and violet would be three colors that work for that. Remember, they have to be in a row of three, next door neighbors. Okay, so if you chose green or blue green, one of these, it would be 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's not going to be jumping around on the color wheel. They're in the same family. Okay, now when you go to paint your work, you're going to get your first color, and I chose red, as I said, and you are going to paint the background. Okay, so that's the part where we didn't trace any of these shapes. So you're going to start with that color. So in this case, I did red. So I painted the background with red. You're going to be using one brush, maybe two if you need one that's super, super skinny for tiny spaces. Okay, when you are ready for your next color, you are going to wash and dry that brush at the sink. Make sure you dry it because if you don't, the water will dilute the paint and make it thin. So, my next color, as I said, could be, was here. I think I am going to go with red violet. So, there's my red violet. Okay, you get that from me up front. And you are going to choose for your next color whether you want to do it in the shapes that are on their own or where the shapes overlap, not both. So, what I need to do here, once I've chosen what I want to paint, in this case, I think that I am going to paint the parts that overlap with the red violet. So that means one shape on top of another, okay, including ones like this. I'm going to start at the top of the paper and work my way down. I am holding the brush nice and low, like a pencil, and I'm running right up to my pencil line, like this. Now, I believe you guys were to sharpie your pencil lines, which makes this step even easier. You're going to spread out your paint. Okay, you do not want to see any dark areas where there's too much globs of paint. Brush it out until your brush is empty. That way it will also dry super fast. And yes, you need to stay along the border lines as well. So I would continue to paint these spaces that overlap with my second color, making sure that I am doing this as neatly as possible. Because the drawing part of this project was so easy, that's not really part of your grade. Your grade is going to be your ability to pick the right three colors. Okay, remember, they need to be analogous or in the same family, and your skill with your paintbrush. Okay, so you need to take your time and do this neatly if you want a good grade. And remember, we are brushing this paint out so it's nice and thin and it all looks even. Okay, and I would continue to do anywhere where these shapes overlap one another. I would not mark them like this. I'm just showing you because if you mark them like this and you go to paint it, that little blob is actually going to show up through the other paint and it'll look darker. I marked it so you guys could see. Once you get done with all your overlapping shapes, you are ready for your third color, which you will come and get from me. You're going to wash and dry this brush thoroughly. Your third color, and my choice was violet. Okay, so red, red, violet, violet, will go in the last remaining empty spaces. And then the project is done, and you can put it in the drying rack to dry.